Oh wow, it has been such a hot minute since I have done a video and I literally have no idea how to start this. Yay. Hey friends, welcome back to the channel, but if you're new, hi, hello, I'm Artsy from the Artsy Gamer. I make art, I play games, and I encourage others to do the same. I don't know if you can tell, I am totally feeling my best self in the sense that I, for the first time, had COVID, and my family and I have been dealing not only with COVID, but complications with it. My husband, for example, has pneumonia, I have bronchitis. My son is perfectly fine. You know, he definitely benefited from me getting vaccinated while he was in utero, and due to just the joys of vaccinations in general, he already has protections against upper respiratory conditions. So we're doing okay. The only problem though is that COVID gives you such a sense of malaise. You know, I'm really struggling to figure out how to even get back into making content after being gone for a certain amount of time. Like it feels like I can't get back into it, and I don't know really how to start this conversation other than just thrusting you and me into my mess. So welcome in. It's gonna be a wild ride, and whenever I'm stressed, and as I said, the malaise and misanthropy that comes from having COVID, I have been very burnt out with trying to figure out how to get back into making content, specifically with my Forever Island. I have literally not touched this save really in weeks. I celebrated Vesta's birthday because, you know, I'm obligated, and I was trying to figure out how to really make this island work. And the problem is, with the goal that I had for making, I don't even know. I was trying to make a coastal island. I was trying to make a gyroid sanctuary, and it's nice, but I don't think it's serving me. I don't think this is working, which is really sad because I spent hours really trying to figure out the layout of this. As you can see, this really just, I haven't done anything. The only thing that I have finished really is the build that I worked on months ago. And even then, I don't think it's working. I don't think it's working. And usually, whenever I get into this level of stress for Animal Crossing, I do a stress reset. And I don't want to do that to my Forever Island. I don't want to get rid of it. But I think I need to do something very drastic. As much as I love the terraforming, as much as I love these villagers, I have been thinking of completely changing the roster. I have been thinking of completely just changing my entire island's vibe. And so, along with doing something a little quirky, because I have amiibos, I know that's not particularly quirky. Of course I have amiibos. I am an Animal Crossing content creator. I am a nerd. I like collecting things like a corvid. So that's not the quirky thing. I have been thinking about using my amiibos, but using a random number generator with what I have and then replacing my roster. I'm still trying to like build up the bravery to get rid of my favorite villagers, which are Vesta, Antonio, and Fang. I may not do that, but that's a possibility. I may say goodbye to the villagers that I've had on some island to some capacity for over a year. And the reason why I'm thinking about that is hard mode has changed the way that I view villagers, and I realized that I have so many amiibos that just kind of sit in my binder full of amiibos that I could really benefit from having a new perspective. The other thing that I just really don't know how to bring up into conversation other than just doing it is the island theme is changing to something that I would have never considered unless I was, you know, dealing with the malaise and misanthropy of COVID. So within the last couple of weeks, I've been trying to find things that my son and I can do together. And, you know, we've been watching a lot of really cool YouTube channels like Songs for Littles, which has been really great with teaching him some very rudimentary shaking of the head, various sign language, which has been really great for communication. But you can only listen to Baby Put Your Pants On 6 times without wanting to tear your eyes out. I'm sorry, Miss Rachel, you are amazing. I think you are great. I think you are a valuable, invaluable member of society, but I really just can't listen to the same things over and over. And so I randomly thought to put on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. And if you know me, you know that I live under a rock. You know that I don't know pop culture. I don't know popular music. I don't know popular references to things. And I had never watched Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. I had Canadians yelling at me, friends. Like, Mr. Rogers is an American icon. And I had literal Canadians yelling at me, like, how on earth did you not watch Mr. Rogers? And my husband was floored that I had never heard of Reading Rainbow, which is hilarious because I love LeVar Burton in Star Trek. Like, I think he's an incredible man. And so I think I was using the benefit of having a child to relive the 90s nostalgia that I didn't have. And so I think in the spirit of trying to find something that is a challenge and also something that would be really fun and unique is I'm going to turn my Forever Island into Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Now, I have Hornsby on this island right now, and Hornsby and Mr. Rogers have the same birthday, but I think in the spirit of being a good neighbor, I think what I want to do is I want to give my literal pixels, zeros and ones, coded villagers who have no feelings, but, you know, due to trauma with COVID and everything, I know that we apply a lot of, you know, oh my God, look at this girl. Like, how can you not love this girl? How can you not just want to keep her forever? Oh, that's her feet. Oh God, this is a really terrible view. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But I was thinking, I think the whole purpose of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood is learning a series of lessons of how to be a better person. And I'm not the person that believes in like everything happens for a reason, whatever toxic bullcrap that means, because sometimes things are just unfair. Sometimes things are just awful. I do have this belief in some sort of, not consequences or coincidences, but I believe that sometimes the lessons that you interpret in your life happen at a specific time. And I don't know if I would have gotten the same out of Mr. Rogers as a kid. And that's not to say that I wouldn't have benefited from Mr. Rogers. That's not what I'm saying. But the immediate love that my son had for just a random episode of Mr. Rogers, and the fact that, I don't know, I just wanted to rise to the occasion of being a decent human being, a better person, just because Mr. Rogers really does embody that vibe. And so I had been thinking like, oh, I could pick villagers on the basis of the characters of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, or I could have them be part of it and see what they could be, like which character they could embody. And I was really bummed because I really liked the gyroid sanctuary idea of this island. I really loved the idea of having just gyroids everywhere. And then my husband, the genius that he is, he was like, well, why don't you just make the gyroids the neighbors? And I was like, oh, so I am not comfortable with city core islands. I'm not comfortable with grid work, but there is a diorama that I can base my build off of with Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, so I think I would have an easy time. And I was like, you know, it would be really cool to put the oh my god, what? I'm still like I'm a noob when it comes to Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, but like the neighborhood of make-believe or the town of make-believe, I can have like a castle in the back, and we have that beautiful blue customization for the castle. So I was thinking that we could do it that way. So, but that's going to be a different video. That's probably going to be a live stream. What I'm going to be doing right now is we're going to be phasing out my villagers. And listen, I am talking, I'm pontificating, game. Let me do this. Let me have this. But anyway, we're going to be phasing out my villagers with a number generator from the Google. And we're going to be doing something a little quirky and a little different. I have the Sanrio amiibo cards. So what I'm going to be doing is that instead of just doing like 1 to 454 or whatever, I'm just going to, if I roll a 1 or to a 6, instead of the NPCs that would typically be those numbers, that's just going to be the Sanrio. And because I feel like absolute crap, I'm going to give myself 1 veto. I'm allowed 1 veto of a villager that I don't feel like I want to have on my island just yet. But I don't think that's going to happen. I don't technically have stinkers, and by stinkers I mean Frank. I don't have Stu, sorry Scott, but I was also thinking that if there's campsite villager, for example, as I, you know, move forward with the days, that I would consider taking them too. So that would be an option. All right, so you've basically just been listening to me talk. We're going to find out who it is. And I don't have a lot of amiibos. I have quite a bit, but not a lot. So it may just be a bit. So let's see which number we are getting first to start off. 227. I do not have 227, all right? 316. Okay, this may be a bit, friends. This may be a bit. 387. Nope. Wow, I really don't. This was probably a very bad idea. 38. Okay, I think I have that one. I just don't know who it is. 38. I don't have that either. Wow. Wow. This is gonna be fun. Oh my gosh. Okay, 201. Don't have that either. 146. Oh wow. Starting. Oh my goodness. Okay, so friends, 146 is gonna be a doozy, friends. It's gonna be a doozy. We're gonna see how this goes. It's Rodney's amiibo. So I don't have the same disdain for Rodney that other people do. I mean, I do like Graham, so you know me. I do feel that you know, he's not bad. He just looks like a tired nerd, you know. So let's invite the man. Let's invite the man and see how we feel. Plus, he kind of has that 90s nostalgia, you know, the bad hair, the freckles. You know what? No, we're gonna invite the man. I think that would be a really interesting take, is to have Rodney on a Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. So this is actually a really perfect villager. Actually, where the frick is my campsite? Okay, it's over there. So this is a really interesting thing because, as I said, friends, I tend to pontificate when it comes to making videos, especially for Animal Crossing. I tend to do big things quite often. My brain doesn't shut up. What I have been thinking about when it comes to Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood is the concept of popularity versus likability. Now, when being sick or having something happen in your life that puts everything else on hold, you get really frustrated because the world goes on without you. You know, you're feeling like you're stuck, and you have a bit of resentment for the fact that, you know, you can't just power through. And it really bothered me that with having COVID and being burnt out from parenting, which is absolutely a thing, by the way, dealing with parent guilt too was really hard because I was the healthy sick parent, and oh God, this is going to be, I did not prepare for this at all. By the way, friends, I'm so sorry. I was really burnt out and wanting to get back into making content and figure out new things, but the joys of taking a moment to recognize that you want to do something different in a state of being able to do literally nothing, it allows you to sit with that decision. And so something that I have been grappling with and that I talk about really often on my videos is that feeling that I could be a bigger content creator and I'm not. And sitting with that feeling that watching other content creators just bloom is a bittersweet experience, and then feeling like the crappiest friend for wanting what they have. I wanted to really push that and challenge people because there have been multiple content creators that I know and love on Twitter who were saying that, you know, I had a really great start during COVID and then I kind of just plateaued, and then I don't know how to continue that momentum. And the thing about popularity versus being likable is that popularity has a numbers game attached to it that is truly, you can never meet it. And I want to preface this conversation by saying that the popular content creators, and you know the ones in our community that have tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of subscribers, they absolutely 100% worked their butts off to get there. I'm not trying to say that they aren't popular for a reason. They're incredibly likable. But I was thinking about how content creation, especially with growing up not having been particularly popular, I had this aha moment, especially with Mr. Rogers, that there is truly a difference between being a likable person and a popular person. And popularity is, you can't define that. It's really fascinating to me that a lot of us grew up thinking that popularity meant that we would have this, I wouldn't say a sense of fame in our social standings, but it's this notion that we are effectively worshipped and untouchable. And especially for those who struggle with bullying or who struggled with really hard lives and upbringings and self-esteem issues like myself, I think that in my 30s, it's really funny to think that there is truly a difference between popularity and likability. And likability is not only a more achievable goal, but I think that is the thing that will help us as content creators remove numbers from success. And I fully understand that content creation, especially when it's your job, that's an entirely different conversation with finance metrics, and that's not what I'm talking about. But for those who are wanting to get into content creation or who are perhaps really struggling with growing their channel, we need to realize that the algorithm isn't a person. It's a series of trends based on numbers and math, and like, I'm not a math person. I was thinking about how I wanted to change and grow my channel. And so I started mimicking what other content creators were doing. So I was doing game reviews, and then that kind of flopped. And I realized that, one, you can't just like try a new thing and then give up when it doesn't work. But I also started recognizing that I'm just not that person. Like, I can share with you my sentiments about a game, but I also don't want to be that person that, you know, spends hundreds of dollars on a brand that has no like comeback for me, because I don't want to be financially in the negative when it comes to growing my channel. I want to have something that allows for me to have conservative growth. And the other thing that I really struggled with was the goals that I had when it came to making content was that I wanted to be the content creator that other content creators watched. And I achieved that. You know, I have content creator friends, which is incredible. I have people who come hang out with me before they stream. I have people who like my work and they encourage their viewers to watch me. But that's also incredibly limiting. And so I recognize that the choices that I made with wanting to be likable over being popular is going to limit my growth. And I think I fall in line with wanting to have it all. I want to be popular, I want to be likable, but I also don't think that particularly matters. But sitting with that, you know, that inner child feeling of wanting to be popular at a numbers level, at like tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, it's really hard to confront the capitalistic value of being a popular person. And in watching Mr. Rogers, I was thinking about how popularity is viewed in movies, right? I was thinking about how, like, from Mean Girls, why is Regina George popular? She is awful. She is literally the epitome of unlikability. And yet, because of whatever reason that in high school we view being pretty or being athletic or whatever as a basis of being popular, we also forget that the importance of being a person isn't necessarily how many people want to be you or want to be like you or want to be your friend. I think it's more important, instead of being popular, which really the popularity marker is only on the basis of the popular people, right? It is very elitist and it's very excluding. And I think what I want, oh my God, Rodney, you are expensive. An ironwood bed? Sure. Wait, do I have it though? Oh, okay. Well, I guess I have it. But I was thinking about that. I was like, wow, like being popular or striving for popularity is not at all what I actually want to be. And so that was something that, and just sitting in the playpen with my son and watching Mr. Rogers for the first time, I think that was the aha moment that I had, where I think I would rather strive to be a likable person that encourages others to do the scary thing and make content and share things, not necessarily for the viral views, which is another fun thing about words, right? Like, viral is connected to the word virus, you know, that it hits and it booms, and then as quickly as it came, it went away. And so I've never really strived to become a viral anomaly, and popularity is easily swayed. But likability and consistency is something that I think can continue onward, because you're setting the standard of what you are and how you represent yourself. And I think that was just a wild notion to me, that in my 30s, I still struggled with wanting to be in the in crowd. I wanted to be popular. But that's the fun thing about, as I said, being hit with malaise and having to do literally nothing except for the bare minimum for survival, is it really put into perspective things that I think was actually holding me back as a content creator. Wild, right? Like, I know that I probably can't really talk about this whole popularity versus likability in the however long it's going to be, because, as I said, this is going to take me a hot minute. We've only gotten really one person to be amiiboed in, but that was just the thing that really sat with me, especially when, as I said, when I'm stressed, like, numbers are both soothing and very anxiety inducing for me. And like, without doing literally anything, over the course of a week, I lost like 10 subscribers. And in being in the numbers that I am with my content on YouTube, it's like that was devastating to me, because like I literally couldn't do anything. The fact that I was able to make a short while sick was a win. And the fact that I was having to care for my family because I was the healthy parent, it's like the algorithm doesn't care. And that's the thing, like, popularity doesn't care about you or your feelings. It doesn't care about how you really have a life outside of your content. And it's just, I think chasing that fever dream of being popular is what a lot of people, I think, secretly want in making content. It's not necessarily the experience of making content, it's the rush of validation that we get from the numbers of views and the comments. But I also think that it's really important to recognize that the people who are informational channels for games and things will obviously have more views, because people are interested to hear about the information of, a certain game. And oh my gosh. Wow, this is going to be really hard. Because also, doesn't Fang like have Mr. Rogers energy? I mean, he's wearing a jumpsuit, and I love that for him. And also, like, he's wearing a cute little jacket. Oh man, this is gonna be hard. Okay, so Rodney is almost on our island, which is gonna be really weird. I have never had the man, which is really exciting. I am actually really scared that my villager roster is going to be like all smugs or like all peppies. Well, not in this case. We're going to have at least one smug. But this is leaving things to random chance is not something that I'm very comfortable with. I'm not comfortable with change. And it was so funny to me too. And I don't have a segue to this, but because I've been talking about like parenting and Mr. Rogers and stuff, my son is transitioning from, formula to whole milk. We were a bit delayed with that just because like I was by myself while my husband was on professional development in Singapore. And we've always kind of had this struggle with introducing solids. And not in the sense that my son has had a problem with solids. It's more just that I feel that like I'm going at parenthood blindly. And that's just the reality of parenthood. Like, you can have so many books on parenting, and yet your child is a special snowflake and has different wants and needs and demands and will grow differently. So like my son is progressing fine, but what I recognized was his development has shifted so quickly. It's like I haven't felt like I've been able to take a breather. And apparently this does not change. Like, by the time my son is 18, he's going to be changing all the time. So I really have struggled with finding this acceptance of the things that I have no control over. I just remember we've resumed watching Star Trek Voyager. That's not really important. It's just, a descriptive like marker of the story. But I was telling my husband about how much of a struggle it's been trying to like rise to the occasion all the time and how stressful it was. And he kind of looks at me and he's like, you really don't like change, do you? And I was like, is this new? He's like, no, it's an observation. Like, this isn't a revelation for me. Like, you just really don't like change. I'm like, no, I really don't. In my relationship with my husband, and especially in my 20s, I really pushed myself to be spontaneous. Like, him giving me a call, being like, hey, I have a break at school. Do you want to go get coffee? You know, like having to, wait, what was I supposed to make? Oh God. See, y'all, this is the thing about COVID that I also hate, is that I've always struggled to multitask. I really can't multitask. So hold on, I need to ask Rodney. So being spontaneous and just like accepting the chaos of change. Oh, there we go. That's awesome. Thank you. Also, Lay Ham is hilarious. He does kind of have like that French European vibe. I do like that about Rodney. I don't know, why is Rodney so unlikable? Can someone tell me, like, what did the man do to earn everyone's ire? Because I fully recognize that I'm wrong about Rocket. You know, like EJ from EJ Plays schooled me, and I have not been able to to like explain myself, because like Rocket has literally done nothing to us, y'all. She's a hashtag girl boss. She is incredible. She fights crime. You know, she is literally Kid Cat's like right hand gorilla. So I think we need to get over ourselves, friends, truly. But I've been really trying to embrace change, and embracing not only change, but change that I can't control. And I know how triggering COVID is, because, you know, it's a pandemic and, you know, we've lost people and we've had permanent damage to our bodies. Like, I developed bronchitis, friends. Like, I went to the doctor and my doctor is like, yeah, you have decreased lung capacity, and we're gonna put you on medication. And it's so stressful, but it also kind of allowed for me to sit with being frustrated that I don't meet the standards or expectations of other people, which, you know, fun fact, no one's really thinking about you that way. Like, that's the other fun thing about our egos, is that we make this assumption that people can devote all of their mental RAM to thinking about you and how like awful you are or how much of a fail you are. No, like that is the one thing that I want to tell you, that if you are just sitting on wanting to make content, just do it. Really, it's not in the sense that no one's going to watch it or no one's going to care, but remove the other person from that equation. I am making this video feeling absolutely awful because I wanted to make this video. I thought it was a really cool idea to introduce a Mr. Rogers build in the Animal Crossing community. I wanted to do something different, and I was feeling burnt out from this island, and I just wanted to do it. I don't think it's going to be viral. I'm just not a viral person. And the people who want to watch it or who see it, that was the video for them, you know? All right, I talked to resident services and the real estate sitch here is no bueno. There's actually no room left for me to build new houses. Can you believe it? How could such a thing happen? Don't worry though, I'm nothing but a persistent hamster. Oh my God, what happens if I have like an entire island of hamsters? Could you imagine? All right, here's the scary thing. I could do the thing of just replacing villagers based on their personality. I could do that. Or I could start at the top and move downward. I had been thinking about keeping Flora and Vesta and Fang and Antonio because in a video that I had recorded and was never published, Flora had autofilled, and she was from an island that I had reset last year. And so it was really cool to have her come back. But also, oh my God, I really love Vesta. This is gonna be really painful. Will I regret this? Like, I have these three lovely people's amiibos. Actually, I think I have almost every one of their amiibos. You know, here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. We are going to save these 3 for last. Oh man, and this is that really sucks. Hornsby literally has Mr. Rogers' birthday. Oh my god, this is really hard. You know what? You know what? Let's do it. Yep. Yes, I'm sure. We're just saying goodbye. Yeah. Oh my god. And I did celebrate Hornsby's birthday, so I don't feel that bad. He was about to move out anyway. Well, that's great. Yeah, it's so funny because with hard mode, I have given my villagers a lot more autonomy than I have ever given a villager. And the other thing too is that I like villagers that I never would have invited to my island, ever. And I don't know if that just came with time, with realizing that any villager can fit a vibe. Like really literally any villager can fit a vibe. And also Happy Home Paradise, you know, forced growth upon me. And I was like, you know what? You know what? I'll accept that growth. I'll do that. So this isn't as scary for me because I don't have a problem with giving villagers a chance now. But it's really hard because I had been sitting with this notion of like, you know, Vesta's never leaving, Antonio's never leaving, Fang's never leaving. And then I realized, but what if the concept of friendship is letting friends grow and delight other people and make other friends? You know, and I think that's kind of the purpose of Mr. Rogers, is allowing yourself to have that freedom to do hard and brave things. And saying goodbye is hard. And saying goodbye is brave. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna sit with it. We're going to move on and continue with finding new friends. And we'll see if we can find a campsite villager as well, because that would also be really delightful, is having... Oh, I didn't say goodbye to Hornsby. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. No, we need to say goodbye. No, that's a thing we have to do. Oh my god, that would have been so sad. That would have been so sad. We're gonna say goodbye. Oh my god. Wow. The end of an era. I was really sad that I didn't really get to have like my OG villagers grace me with their presence, and I think I really should have just like allowed for my OGs, you know, replacing Antonio with Leonardo, Fang with Frank, whatever. But wow. Well, bon voyage in my terrible French, but Hornsby has always been delightful. I've had him multiple times. He's really great. So if we've interacted on this island save and you get him, treat him well. He does have Mr. Rogers' birthday. He's very delightful. And oh my god. Oh, goodbye, man. I didn't tell you yet. Yeah, I'm moving out. I don't know where I'm going, but I guess I'm about to find out. Oh god. Wow. End of an era. He's been here since Sabotage League, I think. Yeah, he's been here since Sabotage League. Wow. Wow. Wild. Well, Hornsby, I love you, man. Cheers. Enjoy your travels. And now let's move on to the next neighbor. All right, we have 1 down, potentially 9 to go. Oh my god. No, I'm actually really excited. The more that I think about... Oh my gosh. Are they all out together? Oh. Speaking of Yanoya, this is actually one of my like rainbow designs for my other island. Maybe it is time to say goodbye to Vesta and Antonio and Fang. I mean, I have had them for so long. And but I love them though. I really do. I have to tell you, friends. So my husband got me an Antonio plush for my birthday, and I had people just like throw money towards a Vesta plush from the same plush maker. So I'm really excited. All right, let's put up the random number generator. And let's see who's going to be our second friend. 353. Oh, so close. I don't have 353. All right. Oh, is that a Sanrio villager? I think it is. I think it's a Sanrio villager. Okay, where are my Sanrio villagers though? So that is, it's a Twal. Oh, that's really cool. I've had a Twal before. She did not wow me as much as I had hoped, because, you know, I love the sheep villagers, but also her coloring and Rodney's coloring I think will work. So let's see our girl. I haven't had a Twal since my literal first island. I think I had amiiboed her in. No, I amiiboed her in because I wanted to have a Sanrio villager, but I wasn't sure which one I wanted. You know what? This is gonna be a really interesting island already. Oh, she's really cute. You know what? You know what? Let's invite her. Let's invite our girl. Oh wow, she's so pastel. I'm so uncomfortable about this. Also, with this is the other reason why I'm just kind of dismantling not only the patriarchy, but the build that I had planned for this island, is that I want to do a toxic fairy core island after my hard mode island, and I was like, I have this island, this forever island that I haven't used. Also, she said a wooden block chest, right? So I was like, you know, I'm not doing anything with this island. It's literally just sat here in its mess, and I think that I would have a much more fun time trying something new and being bold. I've tried city builds before, and I never did a particularly good job with this. To have something that I can base a reference off, I think will really empower me to do more city builds in the future. And it seemed like a really nice idea. I've never used a call-in crossing path, friends, or like a road path and used it as an actual road. So I'm really excited to try something different. I don't know how the lag is gonna be, but I'm hoping that with having such wide streets and then having bits and pieces of like small buildings and builds, that it's going to be really cool. And when I was looking at the diorama for Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, it really does allow for using the villagers' homes as part of builds, which I really struggle with. So this is going to be super fun. I'm really excited. Also, I'm going to kind of just skip ahead with the building of things and inviting them. So we're just going to speed through this. And we'll get her to the third day, and then we'll pick who she's kicking out. Yay! I totally forgot that, like, you know, as I amiibo out villagers, they arrive. So Rodney is here. We have to say hello. I love his house. His house is so cute. I really like the layout of it. I really just have fallen in love with that specific house type. And ooh, does he have like a diner sort of situation? Oh wait, so is there like a diner or a restaurant in Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood? I know that there's a music shop, and I think there's a dance shop. So that would be really cool. Oh, that's really cool. Well, I can't remember exactly what you said, but whatever it was, it got me to move to this island. I mean, I just encourage you to go and to kick somebody out. It's fine. Oh, that's really great. Well, welcome to the island. Wait, do you pass the vibe check? Let's check. Not vibe check. It's okay. You know what? You can just appreciate me dancing. It's fine. It's fine. It's okay. This is fine. It was just a minute of me floundering. It's okay. Whatever. So something that I like to do with my new villager friends is that I do welcome them to the island with a leaf umbrella. I've literally done this since October 2020, where when I invited villagers, I would be like, welcome to the island, enjoy your stay, whatever. So we're gonna do that. And then we're going to, as I said, move forward with inviting étoile. A fun fact that I didn't realize, but like writing your villagers letters doesn't actually do anything with friendship unless you have a gift attached. I don't know if it has to be wrapped, but I have really enjoyed like adding a little bit of friendship to their arrival. And another thing that hard mode has really taught me is to not like love bomb my villagers. I mean, I do it sort of anyway. Oh my god, Fang, I'm so sorry that I've ignored you. Oh my gosh. Oh, I love this, man. Oh, this is gonna be so hard. This is gonna be so hard. Also, like, I think if I really just like hunkered down and sat with this build, I probably would have really liked it. But you know what? The Mr. Rogers neighborhood thing is really just sitting with me. So we're gonna do that. I'm going to follow through. I was really considering resetting this island because I wasn't sure how I would be able to swing resident services being so close and kind of off to the right. But I think I'm gonna make it work. I'm designing myself into a corner. I'm going to make it happen, and that's why instead of like designing and figuring stuff out, I'm doing the inviting all the campers. So let's get a 12. Yeah, y'all, you need to explain to me why Rodney is so unpopular, because him being on my island is kind of great. I kind of dig this man. And again, this is so interesting with trying to figure out where popularity and likability lie, because I'm replacing villagers I absolutely adore that I've had before, had for a really long time, with villagers that I would have never considered, that perhaps are not particularly popular. Now, as I said, I do have a veto if I want one, but I really want to sit with why I would veto a villager. We're on our last day with getting étoile, and then we get to sit with who we're replacing. This is the part that I actually do not, I don't look forward to it. I don't know who is going to be replaced. I may just go down the roster and see how I feel. I may save Vesta, Antonio, and Fang for last. It's very scary. And the other thing about just like time traveling and replacing my entire villagers is that like the island goes on. You know, I have red. I still have I still have art that I need to fill. There could be a thought bubble. Could you imagine? Could you imagine a thought bubble in this economy while I'm replacing literally everybody? And I think if there is a thought bubble and somebody wants to leave, I'm presently in the process of replacing somebody. Oh, that would be really interesting. That may not work. I may have somebody like autofill. That would be hilarious. What if Stu autofilled for me? That would be typical. That would be typical. I actually am okay with having Stu on this island, if you can imagine. I hate to love the man, but he is actually quite delightful. It was more that just like for a period of time, Stu kept showing up on villager hunts multiple times, and I was like, I'm not looking for you. Apparently he was looking for me. This is the moment, friends. We are picking the person that étoile is replacing. Let's see who I'm feeling. I'm thinking, as I've said, either just going down the line or maybe replacing her with replacing Daisy with her. And that's mostly just because, you know, a normal for a normal. It would be really cool to see, like, as I said, like, what is going to be the layout? Because in the same line of not liking change, I like to have a balanced island with at least one of every personality, which has been such a pain in the butt with hard mode. I literally had 3 lady villagers, and 2 of them were snooties and 1 was a normal, and I finally have 4 of them, but it's still 2 snooties, a normal, and a peppy, but there's no, oh, it's Daisy anyway. Oh, cool. All right, we'll just replace Daisy then. Yes. Wow. The end of an era. Daisy's my birthday twin, and I think I've had her since last year. I think. But yeah, I like how everyone's like, no, we were planning on leaving. It's just, you know, you haven't been on this island and we're leaving. It's a mess. I know that's not why, but, and I know it kind of lessens the blow of like, oh, they were planning on leaving. We're not taking it personally. It's okay. But I do feel kind of sad. I do feel kind of sad to say goodbye. Now, how do I get over there? Because Daisy is literally in the back of this island. This build is from, you know, the fall of last year, which is really nice, but I am really looking forward to changing out the layout of this. Oh, wow. Oh, and this is perfect because then I can go see if I have art to buy. But let's go say goodbye to our friend Daisy. Daisy has a birthday twin. At first I was like, oh, she's okay. She's okay. She's, as I said, I'm not really a pastel person. But having Daisy was really nice, and I think she was one of the first amiibos that I've ever had. So I do have her, and I think what's really cool is that a good portion of the villagers that I've had on this island are amiibo, so I can have them come to the cafe. That'd be really cute. I know it's not a really good idea to like get distracted, but I do want to finish this museum. I do want to, that's always something that I strive for with like quote unquote forever islands, is that I want to finish the thing itself. Now the question is, do I have all of this? Okay, so I don't actually have this one. That's perfect. Man, this like, I am winning today. Also, I really want to get that wagon. That's such a cute item too. Wow. Okay, so in the spirit of getting distracted, we will move on to the next day and we'll figure out who our new neighbor is going to be. I'm really curious. This is going to really just, I don't know. I don't think it's going to set the tone of the island. Hi, Red. It's going to just really allow for me to either fall in love with villagers or rethink my opinions, because Etoile was okay, but she definitely had like filler girl energy, if that makes any sense. So having her come back, really fun. Friends, we have our first thought bubble. We have the first thought bubble, which is actually like perfect timing. Flora, are you thinking about leaving? Flora, bestie. All right. Oh no, no, that's okay. Well, you know what, Flora, you were thinking about it, so I will replace you with this next person. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I took away your autonomy. That was not the intention of this video. I was super excited, but of course Artsy has this tendency of hitting buttons. So let's go and rectify that, shall we? This is also really nice because I haven't been on this island, so there's like a lot of I'm catching up on a lot of the free Nook miles I could get. So let's bring up our random number generator. And as you can see, we have Etoile's number that we had last time. So let's do 172. I did also realize that I actually do have stinkers. Like there are amiibos that I don't want on my island. Teddy is one of them. Dom is one of them. Megan is one of them. Audie is one of them. It's I know that that's such a hot take, and I don't have 302, but I also think that's probably an NPC. But I'm not a fan of like the typical popular villagers. I don't know why. I don't think that it's for hipster reasons. It's just sometimes I feel that like Judy also caused a lot of drama on this island, so oh my god, if Judy was on this island, I may veto Judy. Okay, I don't have 65. 348. Oh, I don't have that either. 440. Oh, we're getting into to series 5, right? Oh, it's Quinn. I've had Quinn before, but I'm noticing like a theme of purples and blues, and I don't have a sisterly. You know what? You know what? I like Quinn. Quinn would also, I think, fit the island vibe really well. That's not like the point of the Mr. Rogers neighborhood, but I think it would be really cool to invite her here. Oh, she is one of the prettier eagles. Oh my goodness. Oh, she thought it was super. See, she fits that whole 90s nostalgic neighborhood vibe. Like, she does not like telemarketers. She recalls a time where, you know, you had to turn off your phone in order to use the internet. Like, I'm already getting like a lot of blues and pinks and purples, which would be really interesting, especially since Mr. Rogers' neighborhood has a lot of primary colors. Like his house is yellow, for example. There's like a huge red building and a blue building. So this is going to be really interesting with using a different a different vibe. This is going to be really cool. It also occurs to me that I think I said that I didn't have a sisterly on this island. I literally have Diva on this island. I'm so sorry, Diva. Like, I love Diva, but I haven't really been on this island and I haven't gotten to know that Diva. Yeah, no, she's absolutely coming to this island. You know, a shell. Oh no. Quinn, are you serious? Quinn, please don't be expensive. Please don't make me have to like look for this. Oh God, what takes a shell stool? Is it a conch? Is it a conch? It's a conch, isn't it? Oh God. Oh God. Oh geez. I know I have it because she didn't like give me the DIY. That was the other reason why I didn't want to reset. Oh, it's a cowrie. I think I have a cowrie. I have like almost not all of the DIYs, but I have like a good portion. I have completed nearly all of my Critterpedia. I've almost finished my my museum. Like I really love this island. And so I think that if you don't want to reset, but you want to do something drastic, but you want like that newness vibe, I think using a random number generator with getting amiibos, if you have it, is a really great idea. I'm already like love hating my situation right now. I also did not realize how long it would take me to amiibo out 3 villagers because I'm hoping with the power of editing, this is not at 1.5 hours. But I've been doing this for 1.5 hours. So it's gonna be a time. It's gonna be a time. You know, as far as the 2.0 villagers go, I mean, I know that a lot of people were kind of underwhelmed, but also like, wow, their designs are really pretty and really great. But it's like they were lacking something, you know? But Quinn, I liked Quinn a lot. I really did. And Tiansheng, who I did not think that I would like, I've fallen in love with. He is a great villager. No, you should just like let's just do this the one time. The one time, Quinn. Can we do that? Also, could you pass the vibe check? Let's see. Do you pass the vibe check? Now, man, no one's passing the vibe check today. It's okay. It's okay. I will vibe for all of us. It's the moment of truth. We're finally getting Quinn on here. She's expensive, by the way. She wanted all the shell items, and I totally did not consider the fact that I would have to be using a lot of resources to get 10 villagers on this island. So it's gonna be a bit, and I definitely I did not consider this, think it through, and that's totally fine because this is artsy gamer content. You don't come here for having my shits together. But we are going to let Flora fly away because she asked to leave, and I was a big old meanie and didn't let her go when she asked. So it would have been this time anyway, and we'll just say goodbye to her. It's totally fine. This is fine. Let's say goodbye to Flora. Yes, she was wanting to go anyway. She was literally wanting to go. Yep, no, Quinn, I am already well aware. It's okay. Well, we have Quinn moving in. We already have Rodney and Etoile, so just 7 more to go. Yeah, no, it's really weird thinking that I'm saying goodbye to Vesta, Fang, and Antonio. I may, you know, chicken out from it, but I think I want to give that a try. I think I want to say goodbye to my favorite villagers and give them the chance to delight other people. Oh, this is so weird. This is like, I've never done this before. I've tried to like force people out and go villager hunting, but this is both very intense and exhausting, but also really delightful. It's okay. No, you were planning on moving. It's totally fine. Flora, it's okay. Thank you so much for coming back from Eunoia. Really, it was a pleasure. I love this girl. So if you've never had Flora before, give her a chance. She's great. I know that she's like a very tropical villager, but like give her a chance. She was on my nature park island for a bit. I really liked her. She was great. So this is the part for the magic of editing where I will be back in a couple of hours because I have a bab to manage, and I only have a certain number of hours in the day to like make recordings. So yeah, I'll catch you in a bit. And we are back, and most importantly, we are caffeinated both in game and out of game. And oh my gosh, look at Rodney and Daisy May together. Y'all, I think you're wrong. I think Rodney is adorable. I don't understand the hate. I don't understand the malice. He's pretty great. I have already moved out Flora, and we have that empty plot for Quinn, and now we're going to resume the phasing out of the old guard for the new roster for our new neighbors. And it's so funny because I was actually watching Mr. Rogers between these takes. I have to say, it's been really interesting watching Mr. Rogers from an adult perspective, and we've been watching it out of order. So I've been going onto YouTube looking for Mr. Rogers' early episodes, and it's really interesting how he really found a groove super early. The introduction song has officially just taken up space in my brain. It is like my loading music, really. It is the elevator music of going in between things, and wow, everyone's, oh my god. Oh geez. Oh, listen, should I keep Vesta, Fang, and Antonio? Like, oh my gosh, and Diva, and Graham. Oh, this is gonna be really hard. Who would be on the roster next? I know that we got rid of Flora early because she had asked to leave, and I was a silly pants, and I didn't let her go. So who would be next? Oh, it would be Graham. Oh my gosh, it would be Graham. It'd be Graham. Oh no, I love Graham. But that's okay. So let's bring back the number generator. As you can see, it was from Quinn's number. I haven't done anything. There was no cheating in this, but yeah. So let's figure out who's going to be our next new friend replacing Graham. Yeah, my computer is definitely slowing down. It definitely needs. I definitely need a new computer. 108? Nope, that is an NPC. 397. Do I have 397? I do not. Okay. 54. It's really nice to look at some of these villagers though, because as I mentioned, I didn't really pay attention to the villagers that I have in my roster. No 66. Also, this is a clear indication that I need to go get more amiibos. More amiibos. 267. Nope. 379. Oh, I was one away from barreled. Oh no, 440. Oh my gosh, is that another series 5? I think it is. It's Chabwick. I can see Chabwick in kind of like a neighborhood vibe. He does look like a 90s kid. I mean, it's if you look at his amiibo, he has the popsicle, he has the headphones. Am I gonna veto this? Because like I've never had Chabwick, and I would be getting a lazy. And so far, I've been very lucky that I haven't had just like all peppies or all one personality. You know what? Let's invite him to the campsite. Let's do that. We'll invite him and see how we feel. I want to give at least him the chance. All right, let's do it. Let's invite Chabwick. As I've said, I've never really been like super into the 2.0 villagers. Like I've had a few of them. Ione is beautiful, but like she literally has rusty normal face. It's really hard to take her seriously, and I really didn't vibe with her, but oh my god. The belly button though. Do birds have belly buttons? Okay, all right. You know what? He's starting to win me over. I do like the penguins. I honestly think that next to the sheep, the penguins are probably my favorite villagers. I don't think that there is a penguin I don't like. I don't think there is. I've never had Iggly, but Iggly could grow on me. I could grow to love the man. But yeah, I think Chabwick is going to be our next villager. I may veto if it's another Series 5, but it's okay. But so far, like, this roster hasn't been bad. We'll have We so far have 2 ladies and 2 gents, and I'm not complaining. Okay, yeah, no. He's definitely like 90s kid vibe, definitely like neighborhood. Yeah, no, we'll have him. It's fine. Yeah, no, come to the island. Come stay. Wow, you're expensive. They're going to use up all of my wood, which means I'm going to have a problem. I was kind of expecting this to be a little bit more dramatic, but I've realized something about myself that I don't consider myself particularly funny. Is that weird? Is that kooky? Because I don't think of myself as intentionally funny. I can't like do this in a recording. It's just like some funny thing happens and then I comment about it. It's different than, say, on a live stream where I can bounce it off of other people, off of you. And a monocle? What about my other eye, though? Thanks for the great souvenir. I love this so much. I hope you'll invite me again. All right. So friends, like, I'm gonna take Chadwick, but like, of the people in my roster so far, with Rodney, Etoile, Quinn, and Chadwick, like, who would have you sent back? Who would have you vetoed? I'm also really great that I haven't had a repeat of personalities or villager species, so I'm not upset about this at all. Are you going to fill the void of Gram Gram, though? Like, do you not understand that Gram Gram has been on multiple islands, both as the forced smug and just because I wanted him? Do you understand the shoes that you must fill even though you don't wear shoes? But he does fit the vibe. I think he's going to really fit that neighborhood vibe. That's going to be really fun. And I've always been kind of underwhelmed by Chadwick, so I'm really excited to give this man a chance. This is going to be really fun. Also, I have not been drinking my coffee, and I can't hold a coffee in here. Really? All right, well, I'm going to skip ahead the boring part and get Graham out of my island, which is gonna be so sad. And here we are. We have finally, I didn't realize, friends, how long it takes to actually move these basties into your island. And mostly because I get distracted, but also the loading screens and changing stuff out. It's like, on average, it takes me about 30 minutes to move a villager. And then of course, you know, with me being distracted, my boy Antonio lost his extreme exercises notebook. And I think I don't think I can let Antonio, Vesta, and Fang go yet. I may have to let them stay for a little bit longer because interacting with them just brings me so much joy. So we'll figure it out. I can't let go of this man. Fang could probably go, maybe. Okay, but we're saying goodbye. Oh my God, we're saying goodbye to Gram. We're saying goodbye to Gram. Yep. Oh my God, this is so weird, and it's so interesting because, you know, I've had Antonio, Vesta, and Fang since 2021. I've had a good portion of these villagers since mid to late 2022, and I know that's not a lot. The villagers have brought me so much joy in the course of the years that I've had them, you know, and it's really interesting to confront why this is so hard, why leaving this to chance, to the Google number generator to bring me new neighbors. I have not had a campsite villager yet. I was always really excited whenever Isabel would be like, "Oh, we have a new neighbor," and I was like, "Oh no," because it says here is another announcement. You know, it's the same thing. And so I have yet to have a villager or a visitor staying at the campsite. It's been really wild, and I don't think I've talked to this man. Oh my God, man, you wear this better than Steve Jobs, Graham. Like, you definitely have what it takes to just be a delightful individual. So friends, give Graham a chance. Like, just see, look, change out his glasses. See, that was really the main problem, is his glasses do not do him justice. It does not suit him. And yeah, no. Oh my God, thank you for always being a friend. I'll never forget the time we spent together here. This is just like a lot of personal growth. If Mr. Rogers were alive, I hope he'd be proud of me. I don't know if he'd be proud of me, but it's just, this is wild. Yeah, all right. Well, we have 4 down, potentially 6 to go. We're back at it again, friends. We have, this is number 5, right? I think it's number 5. This is effectively a fever dream. And I probably edited this out, I'm not sure, but I have been thinking, what if I turned the resident services into like the PBS like broadcasting place? I know that it's public broadcasting service, but like, you know what I mean, right? But would I get in trouble for using the PBS logo for the flag? Do you think that would be a really fun idea, a quirky, kooky idea? Because that would really add something nice to the entire map. I know that the Mr. Rogers map is pretty enormous, so I'm really curious how I'm going to swing this. But I've been looking to find a top-down map of Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. So if anyone can find it and you can at me on Twitter, be like, here you go, I would love you forever. I would truly love you forever, because I'm trying to find it, but I'm having a hard time, and I still don't know the references to a lot of the buildings. But anyway, we'll worry about that at a different time. We are now getting our 5th villager. 41. I think we rolled a 41 and it did not do well for us. No. The other thing too is that I have like the welcome amiibo. I think that's what they are. The ones that they're in the campers. And I know that technically there are duplicates of like welcome amiibos and regular amiibos. So if I have 2 of those, we'll cross that road when we get there. But 292. I do not have 292. 310. Nope, that's an NPC. 19. That may also be an NPC, but we'll see. Oh my gosh, I was so close to getting Bob. That would have been hilarious. 389 is nope. Don't have one. 447. Oh, it's Roswell. Ooh. Am I just gonna get a lot of series 2 because I have almost all of the series 2? I mean, not the series 2, series 5. Roswell is cool. I've never had him, but I think this may be my veto, friends, because I already have 2 series 5 already, right? Right? No, I have 1 series. No. Yeah, no, I have 2 series 5. Wow, I can math. So I have 1 Sanrio, 2 series 5, and one typical friend. This is my veto. I'm gonna regret this. I know that I'm gonna regret this. 76. Am I gonna regret this? Am I gonna regret this? I'm not gonna regret this, friends. It is this Jeremiah? Is it Jeremiah? It's Jeremiah! Okay, you know what? I'm glad that I did the veto, because I've always wanted Jeremiah. Never had the ability, but this is my 2nd lazy, but we don't have a frog replacement yet. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. Okay, yeah, no, I'm happy that I did this instead of Roswell. Oh my goodness, he's a precious bean that needs to be protected. Oh yeah, no, yeah, we definitely needed Jeremiah to grace us with his presence. So we would be then getting rid of Shep. Wow. It's really cool how they actually do match. I know that when Chadwick arrives, the color scheme is going to change, but I'm getting a lot of purples and blues, which is really cool. Also, red's here today, so I'll be able to get more fake art maybe. But my dude, come to the island. A wooden chest. Is that just what the lazies want? They just want a wooden chest of drawers? All right, well, Jeremiah, prepare to be love bombed. Like, just loved the holy heck out of it until you want to stay. Let's do this. And now another one's gone. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I finally amiiboed in Jeremiah, and saying goodbye to Shep was just because this isn't like a Shep I found in the wild. It was somebody else's Shep. So Shep was great. He was also, as I said, one of my original 10, not like this Shep, but Shep. And it'll be really hard to not have like the villagers that brought me that 2020 comfort, or 2021 in the case of Fang and Antonio. But oh my goodness, I did not realize how time intensive this was going to be. But I think we're going to phase out Diva and Tabby, and I'm going to sit with these 3. I don't think I'm ready to say goodbye to Vesta because I accidentally misclicked when I was trying to get Jeremiah to pick to pick Shep, and I don't think I'm ready for that. My body is not ready. So we're going to fade them out with 2 more villagers, and I think this is where we're going to call it with our new neighborhood. But oh, this is so cute. This is so fun. This is like a whole new island that I get to play with now. This is so exciting. Okay, so I think we're replacing Tabby next. So let's see what number is going to be replacing her. And I don't have my veto anymore. The fun thing about scrolling through my binder pages is that I'm like, oh, she would be nice, or he would be fun. 338. Do I have 3? That's Fang. No, alas. We already have that one. 408. 408 is an NPC, and we don't have them. 262. 262. 242. No. 262. Nope. 50. I think I have 50. We'll see. Oh my god. Okay, so friends, this may be a lazy island because this is going to be the 3rd lazy of the time. So let's invite Punchy. Oh wait, okay. So here's another thing. I have Punchy and I have Tasha because Tasha is 50, but for the welcome amiibo, and I have Punchy as a regular amiibo. Ooh, this is hard. This is hard. I've never had Punchy. I've had Tasha before, and she's lovely. Do I risk it? Do I risk it for the biscuit? You know what? Let's give Punchy a try. Let's give Punchy a try, and I'll say it now that I'll use the welcome amiibo for the next person if there's a duplicate number. But I've never had Punchy before. And Punchy seems to be very adorable. Yeah, he also just kind of looks like a neighborhood vibe. 3 lazies though. 3 lazies though. I've had 3 crankies. I've had, I think I've had 3 smugs at some point. And I guess here's the thing, like, I'm trying to create a neighborhood of villagers that I've either never had or that I would never really consider. And I'm using my amiibos as intended, so it's really fun. But and this man had the audacity to have a thinky thought, like, rude. But also it's okay. I told him that he should stay because I'm phasing people out, although it would have been really interesting to be like, oh, I can just replace you with another villager that I've amiiboed in. We're replacing a cat for a cat, which is kind of poetic. So let's take a look at the man. Oh, he's so cute. He's like a smuggy lazy, a lazy smug, a lug, a smazy. Wow, what is with the lazies wanting a shell fountain? I'm assuming that he's probably going to want a wooden bed and a stone table because that's what Chadwick and Jeremiah wanted. I'm going to do the due diligence of just like getting him on the island, and then we'll say goodbye to Tabby, and then we will phase out Diva with whomever is the last person that we have as of yet. I would like to get a Snooty. That would be nice. I could use Tasha instead, but you know what? I think we're going to go with the villager that I saw first. So let's do that. I wonder if I should just like pre-make an item that he would likely ask for. No, I won't, because that's a waste of resources. And I also, as I said, I did not realize how wasteful, and by wasteful I mean like how many resources I would use by crafting. So I totally forgot about this mechanic, funnily enough. I just thought, oh, I had to invite them 3 days, and oh, I have to make them a thing to convince them to stay because we're artisans, I guess. Yeah, he's a really cute cat. I've never had him. So, you know what? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. And just like that, we now have Punchy in, Tabby out, and oh my goodness. This is actually really sad. Oh wow, Tabby, baby, I hope whoever gets you is going to love you as much as I did. Tabby is really great. She's also incredibly asymmetrical, which just like her face. I love her face. Oh my goodness. But Tabby, goodbye. Yes, it's okay. No, it's all right. Just go, and we'll get our girl Diva out. I don't think I'm going to go through the whole like neighborly thing. I think we're just going to figure out who our final person is, because this video is a lot. I also don't know if I can let go of my comfort villagers yet. I don't think I am ready for that that life. I don't think I am ready for that vibe just yet. I think I'm going to sit on it, and maybe during a live stream when we get to actually building the neighborhood, that maybe y'all will convince me to make that happen. So it's been a wild ride. We have 3 lazies, which is something that I actually expected. I expected to have like a bunch of lazies. If I let Antonio and Vesta and Feng stay, it means we will be missing a Peppy and a Snooty. I don't know how I feel about that. And there's quite a few Peppies in my amiibo binder that I would love to have. Like, I've never had Bonbon. Bonbon would be really fun. I've never had Cookie. Oh, who's another like Peppy? I've also like, she's not a Peppy, but I would love to have Rhonda. And I know everyone's like, oh, why? And I'm like, because Rhonda's actually really cool. I would not, I don't know how I feel about Chrissy and Francine. I do have them, but yeah, there's quite a few villagers that I would be down to have. But as I said, I'm leaving this to chance, friends. I'm leaving this to literal chance. We'll see who comes up, and maybe I will accept a villager in the series 5, but I already have 2 of them, so we'll see. I also have not had a campsite villager come in, and I think that's just because if you amiibo somebody in, it resets the clock of how often you'll get a campsite villager. So that was really interesting. I was expecting that to happen. Like, I was expecting to have shenanigans where someone pops and be like, oh, I want to be on your island, and then I replace somebody that way, but that's not what happened. But let's take a look at our roster one more time. Oh, wow, they're really blue and purple. Wow, they really vibe. Like, look at these colors. And with Punchy, wow, that's wild. But yeah, we're going to say goodbye to Diva. We're going to see who's going to replace her, and then we'll get into building after I finish my hard mode island and go between my 2 design ideas of a Mr. Rogers neighborhood build and a toxic fairy core build. But let's see who we're going to get with the random number generator. Okay, let's see. Oh, I had like a weird computer thing. So 15 is an NPC. 232, which I think we've already recognized that I don't have. So let's check. Don't have 122. It's Luch. Oh my gosh. Oh no. I have Lucha on my other, okay. I know I said that I had one Vito, but I already have Lucha on the other island. So we're just, look, just give me this, okay? Just give me this. Just give me this. It didn't happen. It was a fever dream. Yep. And you know, oh wait, 180. Y'all, this is why we do these things this way, because we now have a Snooty on the board, and I think that she's going to be really interesting. Pecan. Yeah, let's go see what she's about. She also has a lot of purple with her too. Do you see? Oh my goodness. I've never had Pecan before. Okay, you know what? I'm vibing with this. She's very cute. I like her. Okay, no, this will work. This will work. Well, friends, as we say in content creation, it has been a delight. It has been a pleasure. I am really glad to get back into making content. I know that this is really rough. I know that it was very all over the place, but if you are struggling with making content, if you feel like you don't have what it takes to start. You really do. It's more about removing the mindset of popularity over likability. Strive to be a creative, likable force on YouTube, because there's so many things out there that strive to be harmful and to be sad and to be upsetting for the sake of the lulz. You know, if you want to make content and become a content creator, the best way to do that is just, you know, be a good neighbor. So, friends, with that in mind, I will catch you next time. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others, make art, play games, encourage others to do the same. And I'll catch you next time. Bye!